Many belts do you carry?
Alright,
There we go.
real simple. So, background. I'm gonna go on yelling here actually so other people can listen in. Anyway, background, Air was able to have a cargo crate dropped in our vicinity for a resupply. Our numbers are low because we took casualties on the initial paradrop, but now our primary directive is completed for the most part. We are defaulting to secondary objectives as we push back to the border. So, here is what we are doing. First things first, based off of talking with everybody, it is confirmed that one of the objectives in the primary directive was not completed. That is marked at ref 016997, marked as optional. It is a vehicle depot that wasn't taken out, and it was only partially destroyed. So if you want to, you can push it back into Ratslingen and take it out. But do be advised, it'll probably be the most fortified area in the entire AO because, you know, 30 minutes ago we pulled out of there, so right now it's probably swarming with infantry. So hit at your own risk. Today's main objectives, however, are the following. In the town of Bossdorf, over at the marked Phase 1 area, we know there is an important communications relay that the East is using to route orders to its forces in the West. You are to find this radio tower and eliminate it. Explosive charges are in a box by the yellow taxi. You can use those to destroy the radio tower or put a vehicle next to it and demo it, and usually that cooks off the tower as well. If for whatever reason you need more explosives or the mortar back for logistics, it's available at the marked mortar markers saying pick up optional with explosives in the yellow taxi.
Liru, real quick on that one, in the arsenal we do have option of taking Mark 6 mortars from that arsenal over there. Are we clear on that, or is that, do I want to police that?
Police that. That one's my bad, because I copy and pasted the arsenal. I forgot we added that 3 weeks ago.
That's fine, I'll police it accordingly. Thank you for the information.
Thank you. Your second objective is marked in the town of Grenendorf. At Phase 2, we believe there is a large ammo cache that is being used as a relay point for the East to field in ammo, have it processed, and then shipped to various areas. We know it's being done in a rather large building, but that's all the intel we have. We also know it's not at the marked installation area. That is merely a large barracks complex. So again, operation's really simple. Optional number 1, hit the fucking armor depot you missed last week. Option number 2, get mortars and more explosives. Phase 1, destroy radio tower. Phase 2, find and eliminate ammo cache. Also, there's a warning marker in the forest around Butterberg Point. That's where Recon, who've been the guys driving around in the yellow taxi providing your assets, have spotted a large amount of infantry. We recommend you avoid that area for the time being. The barracks complex is also an objective you don't have to assault, but you can if you want to. Also, by the ammo depot, there's probably ammo Urals, you know, the texture where it has the Urals all with a bunch of ammo in the back, and probably a significant garrison, so keep that in mind. Otherwise, you're in enemy territory. They can reinforce for any direction. Just because this is a map barrier doesn't mean I won't reinforce from it. Your index point is right next to the border, and hopefully by then, Allied troops, which we'll be simulating next week, will push up to that border fence and relieve you. Time will also start as soon as you leave the base, going into morning. So keep that in mind. Also, One Life Public Ops. Keep your guys defensive on that matter, because once they die, I'm not bringing them back in the AO.
Yeah.
And if there's any consolidation, enemy reinforcements are expected to be light because A, hostile Allied forces are attacking hostile positions across the fence, and in this time there's another force attacking into the actual town of Wifferligen at this time to hopefully pull reinforcements from where we will be going. So next week will be the operation to the west, and then the week after that will be the operation to the south. This is all supposed to be going at the same time. But any questions?
Not that I can think of at the moment. If I have questions in the op, would you be able to answer them?
Yeah, we're close enough to the border. We can just say it relays through the blue 4 guys on the other side, and then to me, just so I'll give a slower response time.
If Fix
As you got a question?
If Fix get armored and stuff like that, how are we ruling that?
Try not to. I'll unflip Vix, but if they get blown up due to stupidity, can't really do much.
Gepard from last week.
Yeah. Just don't have Galil in the Gepard, it'll be okay.
Okay, well, who are the squad leads over here?
Yeah,
Bravo,
Yeah.
sure.
unfortunately.
And the armor guys and the logistics guys?
Yep.
Okay, so here's the current plan. The way that the squads are currently set up, I have Alpha squad lead and Charlie squad lead as people who I can trust as squad leads. Alpha, I want you to keep a very tight leash on your guys. If you guys start having if you start having problems, call it up to high command because they need to listen to you. The way it's going to work when we assault into a town is we are going to be staying pretty close together. Alpha is going to be taking the left flank, Charlie's going to be taking a right flank, and then Bravo is going to be moving up the center, and you guys will be moving up together, not necessarily following phase lines, but in support of each other. I don't want anybody getting flanked. With that being said, Armor is currently our only armor crew, and they currently have a T-55. I want them to try taking the T-55 or any of their other choices, as long as they're able to destroy enemy armor. Worst case scenario, if we are not able to go and attack the optional objective, which is the objective from last week, we're going to bypass that, pick up our mortars, and assault phase 2. After assaulting phase 2, we're going to do our best to avoid the area to the north that has enemy infantry, and we're going to push to the border. The current plan is we're going to be coming in... crap. What's the rule about the map border? Are we able to follow the map border?
For the sake of going into phase 1, sure, but don't be surprised if reinforcements appear like 300 meters to your north if you decide to camp it.
Copy.
Oh no, sorry.
As when you get a chance, find me a good route into phase 1.
On it.
So,
Like, let me clarify. I don't mind you riding the border to phase 1, but if you like decide to hold at phase 1, I will spawn units behind you to the north.
no, that's understandable. I just wanted to get
I'm
your...
drawing out a preliminary route. Can you just give me the green light on it?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
So, the next thing,
Yeah,
Armor,
perfectly fine.
I want you to keep eyes to enemy armor coming in from the
Malmstreaming
partially
too,
completed
shit.
objective. If you deem that enemy armor will not be coming from that direction, I want you to shift to get eyes off to the west. I don't believe that we're going to be taking very much armor contacts from the west as opposed to the east. Armor, again, play super safe because this is the only Vic we have. If you do lose that Vic, we might consider heading over to the optional objective to see if we can steal another one.
Let me also say this, that's not the only armor depot in the AO. There's probably additional areas, because every town likes to have that garage area that, you know, on your side of the fence the enemies are using as command posts for their side. Probably vehicle depots of some sort.
If we are able to start going motorized, if we are able to find Vics that have ATGMs, Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie, I want you guys to start running motorized at that point in time. The whole goal is to smash and run away, basically. We're going to go through, we're going to hit the objective really hard,
So I'm going to
and
garrison
we're
the
going to kill
rest
out
of
as many
this
guys
when
as we
they
can,
get there.
and then we're going to bounce away, hit back from another area, and from there we're going to push through. I don't want to have to hit an objective more than twice. At that point in time, we're going to be having enemy QRF on top of us, and we're going to get bogged down. So we're going to try doing this quick and as fast as we possibly can. Squad leads, keep a tight leash on your guys' squads. Keep in communication with where they're at. Make sure your team leads are aware of what's going on and you're communicating with your team leads. With that being said, I don't have much else. We're going to follow Azariah's plan in. Medics, take more medical supplies, and also keep yourself safe. Don't go assaulting and breaching into buildings by yourself or as the lead man.
I have a question.
What's your question?
What's the pickup optional south of phase 1?
That
Some
is where a
optionals
mortar
pick up
and
mortars.
additional explosives are if you need them.
Okay.
Also a
Is
yellow
that
car.
airdropped in?
It wasn't airdropped in. It's the guys that provided you the explosive last week. They stole another border car and they took it. Loaded it with some more explosives and another thing. The
And,
building next to it is a little shack. The mortar's inside and then the car is outside on the southern part.
A metagame question. If we go over there, would we expect contact as we grab it, or?
No. There's like a 2% chance that you will, because I have a very large patrol in the entire AO that does go in that area. They won't react to the stuff in there, so it's a very low chance.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, I'm gonna go yell at my guys and get them ready.
Let me know when you want to step off so I can start having time go to normal so it gets easier for you guys to see. Because at this time, the AI is going to be able to see regardless, so... Yeah, it's more for your benefit.
Okay.
Just
I'm gonna go
one
run,
question.
Go ahead.
I know we don't get mortars and Logi doesn't have those, but we're able to get ATGMs.
Just don't
out
grab
of
the
arsenal.
mortars.
Oh, we don't
They're
grab
in the
the
arsenal.
mortars.
Okay, so you can take the ATGMs out because we can say that got airdropped with you, but not the mortar. Because that would ruin the point of going to go get the mortar, and that's my bad.
No, it wasn't in there. I just wanted to ask about the ATGMs.
Alright, give me 1 second, I'll put 1 or 2 down, and you can use that, okay?
Put 2 in the yellow cap.
Yes.
Okay.
Next thing, logistics. You are running with command until we
My inventory
get
is
you
just
mortars. At
important.
which point in time, I want you staying with friendly infantry. I don't want you pushing too far ahead.
This
or
isn't the
too-
first
I
part
don't
of a
want you to stay
campaign,
too
no,
far
this is
behind.
like...
Because you're
God.
surrounded on all sides by enemies. So,
Phase
that
1,
being said,
2, 3,
does anybody else have any other
4,
questions?
5. This is phase 6.
I do, but can Logi load up in the yellow cap? Because we have our shit
no,
in
because
there.
that can be spotted from miles away. Go ahead and take Oh, that's another question I have, Liru.
Squad
Would we
leads
be
on
able to get
div
away
the
incognito
C2IC.
with enemy
Make sure you
vehicles?
do custom grouping so that we can track you easier.
It'll work for like a few minutes. Just let me know if you're gonna push that because I can set it that way. I actually thought of this. But if you keep going through like multiple enemy units, eventually they're gonna start shooting because you know you're not on radios, you're not on their nets.
Okay.
But it'll work
Makes sense.
in a pinch if everyone like immediately gets in, they just drive out. Yeah, I'll count it.
Okay, I'll call out incognito at that point.
It has to be armor pieces though. It can't be like Urals and shit where they can look in and see, you know, a different white guy dressed up, you know?
Yeah. Got it. Okay, we'll keep that in mind, and we'll try keeping the movements the same way as the enemy keeping them.
Yep.
Can you do custom grouping, please?
That being said, I want infantry to take Urals all the way to the regroup marker, and then from there we'll come up with another plan whether or not we're going to be taking Urals over to MSR Lincoln.
Another thing, Outcast, this isn't meant to rush you, but I have a maximum time limit of 3 hours for this one. But
This
I
isn't
think,
done in
yeah,
3 hours.
if this isn't done in 3 hours, like,
If this ain't done in
this
3
isn't
hours,
done
I'm
in 3
drinking a bleach
hours, then-
cocktail.
cack.
Outcast put the word out for people to do custom groups so we can track them easier. I don't want to have a look at Alpha 1.
Everybody, make sure you've assigned yourself a custom group using the dynamic groups thing.
Join
I want Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie
West
to be
versus
very
East
clearly
Germany,
defined.
correct. This is our global mobilization campaign.
Mortars, well, sorry, fucking Logi, when you get mortars...
I need
you
to
do
post
5,
more
5, and
YouTube
6,
stuff. I
okay?
missed today. I've been very, very busy
Alright.
And do your best
finalizing
to keep
stuff.
that light off.
Victory, you're net. Confirm.
Okay,
Bonus on
once everybody
fly
is ready, load up in the Urals. I want people to load up in I want as many people to load up in one Ural as possible once that Ural is...
Test me.
Once everybody is ready, load up in the Urals. I want everybody to load up in one Ural as much as possible, and then load up into the other Ural.
Very fucking 4 nets that I'm
One
drinking.
of the
Here, so ground, right now, I'm gonna say you're incognito to start, so you get dibs on first contact, but if any enemy forces spot you, how I set incognito is anything can then be engaged regardless of incognito because of the way I set it. I'll try to manage it so that armor isn't randomly shot at, but yeah, I've got basically out 4 set to blue 4 is friendly right now, so yeah.
Copy, thank you.
Let me just confirm. Change
So just as a
side.
note, what are infantry loading up in?
Infantry are loading up in the Urals. I want you guys to load up in whichever
have an
Ural
incognito
everybody else is
feature,
loading
why
up in, and
not?
once that
There's
one's
my
full,
Zeus
take the other
Eagle.
Ural.
The classic
We're all
vanilla
going to the same
stance.
destination, so it doesn't matter if they're spread apart.
You see this? It means the Zeus is looking in this area. And he'll follow.
We'll load up in whatever Ural is left over.
Basically, where my camera is situated.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's coming over here. This eagle is basically set to follow the position of where my camera is in the sky. It's quite a cool feature. And we use that to kind of PID where the Zeus is.
How you turn on the engine on?
So, we'll see how they do. When they leave, I will set the time acceleration back to normal.
If there's not enough room in both Urals, go ahead and
Put
take the
that at
BTR,
0
but I
right
want both Urals
now,
filled up
and then
first.
when they start leaving, we'll
There will be enough room.
have
There is
things go.
15 plus 1 in each.
So I'm surprised they're taking Urals. I was thinking one crew would take a BMP, one a BTR for force multiplier. And they're also leaving the Gepard. Interesting choices. Zeus Eagle does not follow... Actually, I'm not sure if it follows RC. I don't think so. I don't remember seeing a Zeus Eagle when I see the Zeus remote control. Also, we're playing the 40K music in the background for this one, because why the hell not?
Left side as well.
Yeah, making sure everybody else is loaded.
Copy. I like the animation. We're getting in.
Left side, got it. All forces go ahead and move out. The way the convoy order is going to go is it's going to be both Urals and then the T-55 shadowing in the back. Keep the lights off.
Time acceleration set to normal. We'll see how they do.
Follow the black line to the dismount marker. Once we get to the dismount marker, do not dismount. We're going to come up with a plan from there, whether or not we're going to take the vehicles closer to MSR Lincoln.
Ground, this is high. Do you copy? Ground, this is high. Do you copy?
Sorry, send it.
Roger, be advised, it looks like it's a bit of a foggy morning today, so PIDs on the Urals won't be able to be done unless they're very, very close, so that should work in your favor. Out.
Fantastic.
Also, this is to anyone who's Ida's squad lead. I'll TP him once you guys stop moving.
That would be Charlie.
Hey, firm. Also remind your guys, if anyone crashes out and shit, just, I'll be at the spawn point. They can just tell me where I need to, TP them, and we'll play it off.
Hey, firm.
Alright, so that's Malin. Don, maybe. I'm either gonna do some liberations
Convoy
tonight,
hold,
so...
we're swapping drivers.
Hey, yep, here. This is how I'm TPing your guy in as well. So Don, it's my timeline today is I have this, and then I'm immediately going to my recruit training in the 506th, and then after that, I'm either gonna play some liberation with some friends.
Have him go to the back.
Or
Back Vic is full.
Hi, Command. You're gonna have to TP him once we get closer. Both Vics are full.
This is high, Roger. I brought up.
Have the guy load up into the little yellow taxi.
Hey, firm.
Just use that.
There
You have
may
plenty
be
of
room-
other Vics.
Yeah, there's room in the T-55, don't worry.
Copy. Thank you.
How about you listen to me and say, hey, this guy's going to stick out like a sore foot because he's sit on the outside of the tank.
He'll
Well,
be
then put
fine.
him in the taxi. I don't care what happens. He needs to get to the objective at some point in time.
This is high. Like I said, it's a very foggy morning. They can't PID people and vehicles unless they're very close, so it should work for the time being. Over. So I don't want to reveal what's in here. I tried to tell them not to come in here because I haven't spawned it in yet because it's going to be my own custom project. But have a lot of infantry. Basically, it's going to push them back. But this is simply just a smash, and then leave. It's meant to be a quick op today, but, you know, plenty of secondary optional stuff if they want to do it. Stuff like that. Fair enough, Don. I'm thinking Sunday night I'll be able to do Warcraft again, but starting next week I'll be able to officially schedule Warcraft 3 on Fridays after Sniper Wolf's op, and then after that we'll pick a second day.
We're gonna push through to the other side of the forest.
I'm finally wrapping most of the stuff up that I need to do.
Move past the dismount point, push through the forest.
So it's good. Sunday night I might be drunk, though, because Bloodway and I are going on a double date with a couple that we've been friends with for a bit. And I know for a fact I'm gonna fucking drink.
All forces, we're gonna be dismounting before the edge of the forest line. Marking a position on map.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to bring some of these reinforcements as immediate QRF to push around. I know that's
just someone back
in the north.
He can walk it.
All forces, be advised, we are dismounting at the blue dot.
Yeah, right on, man.
Scratch that just slightly before the blue dot.
I will admit, this is only about a 35-person operation. I have throttled it heavily to kind of represent the fact that, you know, we had an entire squad get wiped last week.
However,
so, you know, I'm trying to make it harder for my arcs, you know what I mean, without, like, outright saying there's a limit, because that pisses people off. It's all about that social engineering, you know? How you make things work. That one dude needs to dismount and link up with his guys. But all this stuff out here, I thought about garrisoning it, but I'm like, nah, I want this to be easier today for him, you know? What's my favorite drink? Something called, it's either ciders, Magner's always great, or something called a drunken butterscotch, which I can only describe as an alcoholic butterbeer
go ahead
from
and start
Harry
pushing
Potter.
In order of Alpha Bravo Charlie along the black line. Once you
yeah, last week a squad
Lincoln,
got fucking wiped in this depot back here because they had a massive clusterfuck in this depot down there.
Alpha copies, we're
Pretty
moving.
bad miss-PID issue, and they let an enemy ZSU wipe them. It's pretty nasty. So I'm wondering if Ida's gotten out yet, or if he's still chilling in the back of the tank. There he goes. And now he's going to have a walk.
T55 Charlie.
Oh yeah, Vic Cruz did a really good job. Even though they were contributing to the communication.
Man, be advised, you are going the wrong way.
We're pushing to the black line. Once we get to it, we'll follow it.
Copied. And when you get a chance, could you set yourself to alpha as opposed to underdogs?
The black line's
it just
right
makes it
there.
easier for me. Someone set you as underdogs. Bravo, Charlie, let's move out.
Yeah, so that line is supposed to go right there. Again, I don't have anything to challenge them, because the whole fear right now is around here, but this QRF, these two squads with the BTR, BRDM are going to immediately start pushing to this town, and then reinforcements are going to be every, like, 8 to 10, and then up to 15 minutes. What does your normal Zeus op command structure look like? Usually in TSB, I chill on 50, and I'm a solo act. For some ops, I bring in other Zeuses as well. Just depending on
Alpha,
if I
want
feel
you to
it
move to the
needs
north
a
side of the
second
defile
Zeus.
that you're currently on right now. You're exposing yourself to the entire area to the south.
Iceberg is reeing because he wants to co-Zeus some stuff with me. And I told him, maybe.
Be advised, Charlie has eyes on our lost soul.
Make him repent, save him, Alan, you can do it.
Never, he's lost to the Satanists.
So they're down to about 3 infantry squads, a command crew, and a vehicle crew. So this is what you have going. Oof, Iceberg, that sucks. Work less. You're working as much as most video game developers work. And that's on average, not crunch time. There's my Zeus Seagull. Time is going normally. It should be going into actual day hours in about 15 to 30 minutes, and then we'll see a massive quick transition from dark to light. You can see all these guys moving up. It's going to take them a little bit. They dismounted early out of fear for these 2 compounds. They are completely abandoned. So we'll do this. Let's see. East Germany cars. We'll throw in some civilian cars around. Okay, hopefully that they didn't fucking see that because I thought I clicked that button. And I'm going to be a dick and lock them.
Liru, I want my goat back.
Mod with the 579 to make it an even 10. Need to balance out that weird number. Yeah, righto. Appreciate it, Mod. Hope you keep enjoying everything. I just have that there in case anyone wants to help with a little financial issue I have, because college is expensive, and it's retarded. And I only have, after this, it'll be 9 more classes to do over the course of a year to potentially a year and a half, depending on how much time I want to put in the channel, you know? I did a really risky investment as well that could pull off like 40% back in a month, but I don't like keeping my money in something for too long, so hopefully that'll help with the financial issues. If not, we'll see. Expensive, try going to flight school. Yeah, no, that's probably also very expensive. The world is just filled with bad DLCs and paywalls and a shit ton of microtransactions. I hate the server.
Hi, Command, this is GC.
This is IS on traffic.
Got a quick question for you, and I'm not sure if this is even doable in vanilla. Because the contact we'll be making at first will be infantry on infantry, would they still be incognito if I had logistics move Vix around?
This is high. I can do my best to simulate that, however, I can't guarantee it.
Copy.
Basically, how I'd maneuver that is I'd aggro everything in the AO, but if something comes near the VIX, I will have to set hold fire on stuff. Ground. Basically, how I'd have to do that is I'd have to set, after shit hits the fan, obviously Op4 will no longer be allied to Blue 4. What I can do to simulate your request is set things near assets that are still incognito to hold fire. The issue is they'll still look as if they're aggro, but they won't fire a shot. That's the best I'll be able to do.
I'll let you know if that situation arises. We'll try to avoid it. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, go ahead, start taking point. Command will follow up the rear.
I really like how cool this op is getting in terms of the micro I have to do now.
I want you guys to get
simulate
as close to
them
October
fighting
and as
specific
close to
forces.
August as you can without engaging.
Because they're using enemy
Once you take
vehicles,
contact,
which
quickly blitz
are
into
incognito,
October and August.
so they
Start
have
with
no
October,
idea that
then push
those
south to August.
assets
Once you cleared
exist,
August,
you know?
go ahead, set there,
But if
regroup, get
they
you guys
sight
in
an
order,
enemy
and then we'll
friendly
push towards
tank, they're
phase
going to
one.
wait a few moments to try to confirm its PID, but if they see it start dunking their friendly forces, for example, and this is in the perspective of the enemy, then they'll start engaging, or if they wait a few minutes and confirm that, hey, you know, that's the tank that, you know, blah, 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 was probably stolen if it's being used by the enemy. Probably with that number, you know? Oh, man, something smells really good downstairs. I don't know who's cooking. But, digressing aside, this will be a pretty cool Zeus micro-op. And it'll test my abilities to give these guys an interesting experience. Did the multi-twitch not update even though I told it to update? I don't know what's been going on with stream elements recently, but I have to refresh my Twitch page to make the updated commands work. Yeah, so there we go. It has fucking Malins in there too. I don't know what's getting sticky. It's basically something's getting cached in a cookie on the Twitch page that just doesn't make the command work, or there's a connection, communication error between Twitch and stream elements. I don't know.
Bravo 2, I seek. You guys flank onto the northwest side.
Outcast is ground command, correct. Yeah, something needs a code boot, because it's not client-side, because you guys are getting the issue too, so it's something to do with Twitch's receiving page.
Do your best not to fire a shot unless you have to.
So these guys are going to come in here. Basically, it's just a few civilian cars, nothing too important.
Copies, we're moving in.
I'm hoping that this isn't garrisoned.
It's not. Being nice, but we do have the northern roads put down like this.
Do a soft clear of the buildings.
They've marked the radio tower over here.
Call it out and then push towards August.
But the tower is actually over here. Again, trying to be nice. This is the vehicle depot. And I might, you know, take these vehicles out, recrew them, and send them around. But I do have some stuff right here. But again, a lot of the garrisons that were in the neighboring towns have all pulled into here. So this will kind of serve as my QRF point. And I don't have everything spawned in yet because I didn't want to oversaturate that area and make the entire server too laggy.
Yeah, for the ground.
Send traffic.
So yeah, this guy's back here kind of watching.
Copy, all squads regroup, push towards August.
So they're all going to push down to there.
Charlie is pushing up towards the railway lines and chilling there for a bit.
These are just points that they decided not to garrison. I didn't want to use these because they're too close to the map border, to be perfectly honest, because historically in TSB, when I put stuff close to map borders, like within, you know, a few hundred meters, they always ride the median thinking they're safe, and they bitch at me when I spawn stuff. So just keeping in tune with that, I've just been putting stuff down like this. Let them come up, see what happens. Outcast is, I've seen him ground command a few times. He's pretty decent.
Clear, hold inside August.
He's good at keeping everyone aligned with the objective. I will say, out of all the ground commanders, though, he's a little more susceptible to battle fatigue.
Be advised,
and if he gets battle fatigue, he does break down rather quickly.
Call out, what was that?
It was a DM.
All forces push. Push past August, push into the objective.
So here's the issue, though.
I swear, every single time we try to be stealthy.
Yeah, so you can see the radio tower. Yeah, so he's in third person right now. You can see it. It's right there. He's just not PIDing it because to him it looks like it's part of that forest. But, I mean, this is their point man, Malin. He is up. He might, nope. Up.
Alpha on the left, Bravo in the center, Charlie on the right.
Nope, so they're gonna push right into the town. And again, I have them using C-Tab. I know it's out of the timeline, but it really keeps them organized. And, you know, T0 op, it's meant to be low stakes. They're fun. Though,
All
admittedly,
forces, we're going to push more to the right. I
this
want us
is
to
a
try
one-life
finding some form of cover.
Because I am trying to see how this
Be advised,
operation
Charlie
goes.
should be able to make it to the first house before we break contact.
Copy. Do your best to hold contact until all forces have gotten up to the village. Logistics, go ahead, move the Urals up to October. Keep eyes to your north. Enemy contacts might be coming in from the north.
Something I forgot to do is make my logistics Ural, but I'll do that in a second. So it's really simple. You just go back here.
Be advised, Charlie has made it to the first house. We're going to hold for the other infantry.
So they're walking right up to hostile infantry. So at this rate, I can make them hostile. But this is really simple. You just double paste the squad, put them in, and then stick them in, delete the last two, and then you Control Shift C, Control Shift V.
Phase line marked.
Control Shift C as in copy, Control Shift V
for
paste, V as in vector. And then it'll carry all those units in their inventories over. Just make sure you don't spam the button, because if you do it more than 2 times in rapid succession, it'll start causing some pretty nasty desync. I once was in an op where someone did it to a RHIB boat, and he did it like 20 times, and the server desynced for a good like 10 minutes. And it was just only 4 kits. Imagine if they did that with transport trucks. It would be a fucking mess. Yeah. Barbarian, I know he's stepped up. Last night's op. He got fatigued pretty hard, but everyone got fatigued pretty hard. Really, and I don't mean to sound rude with this, but it was kind of an error on Bad Wolf's end, because he made that first part a bit too long for a single squad to do. And I get what he's going for.
Hey, firm, let's go the objective
you know, trying to give the player base enough time to do stuff. Or enough of the tools, excuse me, to figure things out on their own. But at the same time,
we're gonna start.
If you want something done specific, you just need to tell the player base to do it that way, because we're used to doing things specifically.
Into the first available cover, I want you to make hard contact with the enemy. Once hard contact is made with the enemy, push together as 3 squads up to the next phase line.
Yeah. You know, it's just a big oof point at that rate. So yeah, I literally have just a squad watching both of those MSRs. But as soon as contact begins, I'm gonna pull stuff.
All forces, that's a friendly tank hitter. That's a friendly tank hitter 6.
Bravo to ground, be advised we are engaging 1 times infantry squad, 1 times BTR.
All forces push up.
Alright. So they're taking out the vehicles. I'm going to
Alpha to ground, be advised, 1 times BTR destroyed.
Fuel the QRF.
1 times BTR destroyed, Alpha position.
Hey, mate, proceed on tasking.
And I'll send these guys in a bit later. But we know that's a limited enemy force. But I'm going to wait probably another 2 minutes and then send the BMP in as well. And the T-55.
All squads, make sure you mark buildings as you've cleared.
These guys, I think, are getting shot just above the wall, because it's a pretty low-stake wall right there. We got the machine gunner right here. Cook-off going off on those vehicles. Enemy infantry pushing around. And I'm going to say
all forces,
that
I don't
they're
want you to
going
hold in
crew
position
this
too long. Keep pushing.
BMP. Yeah, nothing's looking in this direction.
Charlie, you're
that's gonna stop
falling
me.
slightly behind. Bravo, slow down. Alpha, push up slightly.
So we're gonna go APC, Winter, BMP.
Fine, we had a lot to deal with on Charlie, so...
Yeah, that's fine.
So we're gonna send that up.
I want us to go as fast as our slowest squad.
Yeah, so basically, Outcast is playing this defensively, knowing that, you know, if one squad gets cut off, that's gonna result in a fucking bloodbath.
Round, be advised, it appears the church may be occupied.
I haven't occupied the church again, because these guys are playing just defensive. I would garrison a western town much differently than an eastern town. Because on the west, you know, they're trying to defend and hold. East, this is their own territory, but we know there's a group of airborne somewhere around here. So it's just about that 2 mark, so I am going to now fuel... and send. Also, I'm going to quickly player teleport myself back to where we started to talk to 219th and ask where he needs to go. Then I'll just use the F key to jump back. And I have this BMP.
Charlie, hold your position at that crossroad. Wait for
enemy Vic coming from the
BRDM holding defensive.
1 times vehicle
not
inbound
engaging.
Alpha's engaging 1 times BRDM as well.
Solid copy, be advised.
Buddy, you need to learn how to fucking drive.
Northwest and southeast. Keep eyes on your right and left flank. Casting armor to try taking out one of the vehicles. We'll call that this one. Be advised, northwestern, one of them taken out by armor.
I'm trying to pull up to assist that dude, and I ended up probably getting him killed. My bad.
BRDM being destroyed. Bravo's taken out 1 times, BRDM, south side of town.
Yeah, so Defensor's moved up a single truck. Now, logistics-wise, I'm going to take a copy of that truck and put it up right here. Out of their view
All
line.
forces, don't let one vehicle hold you up. Keep moving. You have AT, guys.
Keep that going.
Alpha, you guys need to push up to phase line 1. Charlie,
where's also my Y patrol
further.
right now? They're
Alpha, we're engaging armor targets. Wait 1.
Copy.
I actually have
Bravo's
no idea where my Y patrols are. They're in town right now. Oh, this one guy somehow got out of the border fence. That was interesting. And the AI is being retarded.
This is Charlie. Be advised there is a potentially unmanned T-55 near the radio tower.
Copy. Don't destroy it until necessary. Charlie, I want you to hold by the church for now.
Hey, so we're just garrisoning it at the moment.
Copy. Hold that position until Bravo and Alpha are able to get online with us.
Woo! At least the gunner decided to shoot. Looks like he took out a few guys with that blast. Nice.
Alpha, is that BMP dead?
Infantry coming
Alpha,
in.
fucking 2SC, talk to me.
Be advised, Alpha never called in a BMP. We called him 1 times BRDM, 1 times BTR, both destroyed.
Hey, thank you.
219
Copy.
still
Alpha,
hasn't gotten
currently
back
you're the
yet.
lagging group. I want you guys to try pushing up as fast as you can to the same line we're on.
Copy, stand by. We're securing MSR
Another
London.
few minutes and they'll start having a
Our
truck
job is
come
to
in
push
from the
through and
south.
destroy the radio tower. Don't set up a blocking force.
Copy.
So I'm going to grab a copy of this guy again, because every time you remote control, it refreshes your copies.
Hi, Command. I can confirm that Legion did.
Oh, this is high. I know.
Sweet, thank you.
Liru.
I forgot we run a script so it doesn't auto catch me because I was gonna be here invisible and have a chat. But yeah, they're in the church right now, so I'm gonna put you by the door. Okay?
Okay.
Just call friendly.
Hey Legion, get in here.
Oh,
We kind of
okay.
needed you a
Try
couple
not to
times
crash
already.
into anybody.
New phase line created, phase line 1.5. All forces push up to 1.5.
Crashed into somebody with AMG.
No.
Basically, Arma didn't like that.
Alpha, do your best to stay within the town.
Had bad luck with rough grenades.
Copy.
Oh, what kind of trouble have we gotten ourselves into?
A lot of infantry coming up.
BMP we had a BTR, there was a BRDM that was called out, and you were here to deal with none of them.
Charlie, Alpha, Bravo,
Just
push to
giving
phase
them
line
shit.
2.
Crash into somebody with
Alright,
AMG and Arma
the
site.
fucking garrison start pushing west
Copy,
towards
en
the
route.
Greyjoe compound.
I'm hearing
Roger.
a check to the south.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they don't know that as the radio compound, though. They've that completely mis-PID'd.
Go from downstairs.
So I'm gonna be an asshole.
Alpha ground, be advised, Q25 inbound northwest.
Put it right there. Machine gunner immediately mows down some people on the street. Rocket was short right there. ETA, he tries to cross, gets shot. Rocket again misses. And then Malin shoots 219. Tank coming up along the rear. Manages to snipe both of those QRF vehicles moving up, and they kill that guy. Awesome.
Bravo to ground forces. T-55 on phase line 2 is destroyed.
Fantastic. Lick your wounds and get ready to push.
Alright, so they're coming down. Tank does not have eyes on that group. This is going to create a bit of a lag spike. Seek and destroy. Now I'm going to vary the movements here so they pull through the town and basically just comb through it. Again, I wouldn't do that with 3 entire squads. If I had a full 60-person server, the lag would be a bit too harsh, but I think we can get away with it here because I want these guys to start double timing because we might be able to catch them.
All forces, once you find a Ural, call out the Ural. First objective, destroy the tower. Once we've destroyed the tower, we're not going to clear the rest of the town. Our objective is complete. You're going to mount up in a Ural and
They've
book it
already
over to the mortar
cleared the
pause.
entire town, though. If their objective was just to take the radio tower, they should have just gone to where they thought the
Bravo's
radio
back
tower
up.
was first.
Move
There
out.
was no
Outside,
point
and you're
going
all
in that
moving to
town.
a
It's
town
only
now.
buying time for the enemy.
Copy.
Now
If
it's
the
starting
Ural
to
is
get
on the
bright
west
as well.
side of town, grab that one. If it is not on the west side of town, forget it.
Here's another Ural they could potentially grab. Tank is up on that position.
Last call sign didn't transmit.
Copy. Push up to the radio tower, clear the radio tower area, and then we're going to get the radio tower. I'm bringing logistics up.
But
with
there's
the
no
Ural.
radio tower.
We're going to mount everybody up in the Urals.
I don't think they know where the radio tower is.
Remind me, who's meant to be bringing a fucking demo?
That would be logistics.
Now, 219 gets his revenge on Malin by killing Demicus. So we'll see if they figure this out.
Alpha ground, confirm our last order.
The Ural that is slightly wintry and to the north.
Where's my fucking
Our
AT?
castle can do it another way. Park a Vic next to the objective, then blow the fucking Vic.
Yeah, what Vics do we have available? Because that's the one we got to use.
Alpha ground,
Send traffic.
confirm last orders.
Push to phase line 2, clear the radio tower area. From there, regroup, and we're going to push to phase line 3. I need another vehicle. We're deading the
Ground, be
tower.
advised, large amount of contact south of position. We need to either
Eyes
get out
on.
or
All
fight.
forces move to the southeast of town, set up battle line, engage contacts.
Gonna start popping that tank with rockets. Even though admittedly this rocket launcher sucks. And that blew him up. I mean, this radio tower is going to be calling for reinforcements all day long, and there's the kill. I love cook-off.
Alpha, move over to...
That infantry literally walked up to him and no one pulled the sector.
Rescue Armor and bring Armor back to our position.
So he's going to send a squad now to rescue. They know there's a lot of infantry reinforcements coming. Next wave of reinforcements, I still got a bit of time to call, but I'm probably going to have it come from this route. So I'm going to prep her. But I'm not going to send her for another 5 minutes.
Be advised, Charlie's going to be holding the north side at the moment.
Bravo's overwatching south.
I'm also going to have a BTR come in a few minutes. That is going to be APC Winter.
We can keep eyes west as well.
So it sounds like they found the radio tower's position.
Okay, Bravo Charlie, I want you to push up to the radio tower confirmed marker. I want you to push straight there
no
as fast as you can. Secure that area. We have Vic inbound that we're going to use to det the tower.
I'm going to take.
Vic inbound is 1 times friendly Ural, 1 times Civi Vic.
So I'm going to be nice and put a,
we have in here.
Put a second BMP right here as something they can loot. But I'm thinking fire support, we're going to start going a little ham here.
Alpha, sit rep.
Working on those casualties now.
Copy. Once you finish that, regroup over at the radio tower position.
Ground, this is Charlie. We advise on the BMP Naval Radio Tower compound.
Woo! Alright, he's sighted targets. He's trying to hit him.
Armor available to us.
Just sniped a medic. We have this large force ready to go. So that'll be for a few minutes after. 4 minutes till I send that other Ural down. And they're basically rallying these vehicles back and forth. That car's locked. I'm surprised the second AT shot was actually able to kill the T-55, but then again, it's the T-55, not the frickin' Leopard.
How do you copy?
This is high send traffic.
Can you unlock the blue Civic car?
I don't know.
Clear IOPs.
I mean, how would I be able to unlock that? I'm just a dude.
We have an engineer at the civilian car, High Command.
So?
You should be able to break through the open lock.
If it's locked, it's locked.
Alpha ground, be advised, we have dealt with armor crew, we're pushing the 15
South County, be advised, there's an unarmed BTR up ahead. We're going to try using that to demo the tower then.
There's a BMP just east of that unarmed BTR. Yeah, the compound front.
Woo! Sweet mama.
Push up. Push up, clear the radio tower area. Do not destroy the BTR until we've deemed it manned. Once it's manned, you're clear to destroy it. Do not destroy the BTR until we're able to move it over to the radio tower.
I've never been asked to unlock a vehicle because someone's an engineer. I thought that was pretty funny, but nah, I'm not gonna do that. Sorry. They're just meant for ambience. If I wanted you to use them, they'd be unlocked.
What's in the barns over there to the southwest?
That was
Zach is
cleared
dying.
out. Not sure. What's the status of that fucking Euro? Because Outcast is needing it.
2 minutes. And then just in case this doesn't det, I'm going to add it to my interface.
Right. We need that pushing towards radio
Round
tower
be advised, we
location.
also have a unmanned BMP in there as well.
It's not manned.
Copy. Load up in the Urals. Get the BMP and the BTR underneath the tower. BMP is going to be crewed by Armor. Do not destroy the BMP. We're destroying the BTR.
Be advised, Arma is going to need a new vehicle since I got destroyed.
That's what the BMP over here is for.
Alpha ground.
Send traffic.
We're pulling security west, just 50 meters west of baseline 3.
Ground forces confirmation, Ural inbound from south is friendly.
Be advised, Charlie is loaded.
All forces get in a Ural, move to the road. I want to see you guys flip.
Whoever was clearing the house, you did a bad job.
No one cleared this fucking building.
Everybody out of the Ural, clear that building. Armor, get the BMP. We are destroying that BTR underneath the radio tower as soon as we move out.
Hey, they got me. You didn't need that Ural, did you? No one cleared the building. Everyone just assumed everyone died. I love it.
Building.
Well, get them up.
This is why I love playing with units they forget about. Yeah, Rip Vic crew guy that went up there with them to try to get me. That was Granite. Alright, who's ready to hear some salt?
Stairs. Jesus Christ, now you start talking.
Yeah,
Drop granite.
Just drop them. Medics are here.
Just a reminder, clear
There's no reason to drag people. Once you're healed, get outside.
Fire off an AT stick at the BTR and cook off the BTR.
Run away.
Once you're healed, head outside into security.
Logi, go ahead, take out the
I'm gonna have
BTR.
this guy actually come in a bit early.
The BTR and radio tower. No need for backblasters, fire it, nerd.
Enemies on the church.
Mullen, you just ran over one of the Armor guys.
Yeah, we got infantry by the church.
You fucking ran somebody over.
Are all friendlies up?
Yeah. All forces.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Urals, we've been here too long.
Alright, when everyone's
How's that mass cast coming? Are we good?
We still got people down?
That's what I was worried about. Insufficient resource bug. That means the asset becomes undestroyable, meaning it doesn't have a destroyable texture.
Okay, here's the plan. What we're going to do is we're going to wrap northeast.
We just make it disappear, because I probably can't delete it either. Yeah.
And the objective we just cleared.
So,
the
hide objects.
Everybody load
It
up in the
disappears.
Urals. Have a total
Yay!
of 1 minute 30 seconds.
Any Ural, we're all going.
Be advised, Charlie is loaded.
Insufficient resource. Yeah, it basically means the game doesn't know how to process the request.
Doesn't matter. Just load up in any
Ural. Okay, never mind.
Just load up in any Ural. We're all going to the exact same place.
So if they had more distance for these infantry to say that they're incognito, I would have granted it. But these guys just watched that tower dead and a bunch of people.
Ready for TP to Granite.
Bravo's loaded.
Be advised, I believe everyone's loaded.
Armor, you have Auntie behind you, sitting underneath the garage. All forces move out, move east.
Auntie, now is not the time for stargazing.
Full speed, guys, as fast as you possibly can. We're getting out of here.
Where, Auntie?
Back of the garage. Very back of the garage.
One of the big crew got the boat down.
I see her.
Auntie, now is not the time to go AFK.
Stand by.
Yep, I see her right over here.
I don't know where I am. I can't see where I am.
Yep.
You.
She's
are
glitched.
bugged.
Auntie respawn.
Auntie
I
respawn.
know this bug.
Position.
They put her by the BMP, please.
Bravo,
Yep,
if
yep.
you're still back at the Bravo, if you're still at the
towards October.
depot, I need you to load up and push out.
Bravo's already loaded. We're in one of the Earls.
Alpha, whoever's over there.
Confirm we're moving to the mortar position.
Follow the green line to the mortar position, yes.
Got it.
As fast as you humanly can.
Alright, cool. Bit crew, this is high. When you get a second after you're out of the AO, I'm going to TP Auntie to you because she was glitched out.
Copied.
Copy.
Okay, let's get all of this set up here. Infantry. This is gonna meant to be a this is gonna be a very nasty place.